She was under the table again. The dinner plates were untouched, steam curling into the stale silence. My wife was scolding her from the kitchen, voice sharp, words slicing through the air. I knelt, lowered my head beneath the tablecloth. She flinched when she saw me, a small shaking creature. Her fingers clutched the table leg like it was a lifeline. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I won't steal food again." There was no food in her hands, just trembling, just fear. I didn't answer. I couldn't because the word steal echoed too long in my head. It sounded taut, rehearsed, like something that had been drilled into her. My wife returned, her tone light again. "Come on, sweetie. Dinner's getting cold." The girl hesitated, looked at me, not her mother. There was something in her eyes, pleading, hollow, terrified. That was the first time I realized my wife was lying to me. I just didn't know what about. My wife called her a difficult child, said she had attachment issues, claimed she'd been caught stealing snacks, hiding them in her room. But I never saw any evidence of that. What I did see were bruises, small, patterned, like the outline of fingers. When I asked, she smiled too quickly. "Kids fall, you know," she said it like a joke. But there was something cold behind the smile, something that didn't belong to a mother. That night I sat outside the girl's room. She was whispering to herself, soft and broken. I could only make out fragments. "Don't make her mad. Don't cry. Don't tell." My wife slept soundly in our bed. I stared at the ceiling. I tried to convince myself I was imagining it, that my mind, trained to see patterns, to suspect motives, was overreaching. But deep down I already knew. My wife wasn't protecting her daughter. She was breaking her. And the girl, sweet, quiet, terrified, was still trying to protect her in return. I started watching quietly. Patterns emerged. The girl flinched whenever her mother reached across her. She never spoke without permission. She waited before eating, eyes darting for approval. One evening, while my wife was on a client call, I went into the garage, found a small dented lunchbox hidden behind a stack of paint cans. Inside were crumbs, a broken cookie, and a crumpled note in a child's handwriting. "I'm sorry for stealing. Please don't tell Mommy." I stood there for a long time, the note shaking in my hand. Then I began collecting my own evidence. I installed a discreet camera in the kitchen, another in the hallway. It wasn't paranoia anymore. It was clarity. For 3 nights, nothing. Then on the 4th, I watched the girl spill milk. Just a few drops. My wife's face changed, smile gone, replaced by quiet fury. She grabbed the girl's wrist, dragged her toward the corner, and hissed something I couldn't hear. The girl didn't cry. She just stood there still, shivering. Later, my wife returned to the camera's view, serene again, like nothing had happened. I saved the footage, and then I waited. A week later, I told my wife I'd arranged a family therapy session. She agreed too quickly. In the therapist's office, I played the footage. No words, no build-up, just silence and then the truth on the screen. Her face collapsed in stages. First disbelief, then anger, then fear. She turned to me. "You spied on me." "No," I said quietly. "I protected your daughter." The therapist sat frozen. The girl sitting between us didn't look up. She just held her knees tighter. My wife tried to explain, to twist the narrative. "It was discipline. She lies. She steals." But the video kept playing. Her hand, the slap, the command, the tears. When it ended, I stood calm, detached. "I'm filing for custody," I said. "And I've already contacted CPS." Her mouth fell open. "You can't." "I already did." That night she came to me crying, not from guilt, fear. "Please," she said, "I'll lose everything." Her tears meant nothing. I watched her crumble on the kitchen floor, the same place her daughter once hid, the same tile where the bruises began. I didn't yell. I didn't comfort. I simply handed her the legal notice, my signature already inked. "Do you remember when you said she was difficult?" I asked. She nodded, trembling. "She wasn't difficult," I said. "She was surviving you. The house is quieter now. She's gone." The girl sleeps peacefully for the first time. Sometimes she wakes up afraid it was a dream. I tell her it isn't. I don't feel proud, just steady, like everything has finally stopped moving. I walk past the empty dining table, the one she used to hide under. It's strange how silence can feel like justice. People think revenge is rage. It's not. It's restraint. It's letting truth do what fury never could. I pause by the table one last time. The chair where my wife used to sit is gone. I run my hand along the wood, cold smooth. Then I turn off the lights and leave the darkness where it belongs. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.